Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 in this best of 3. It's the Dota 2 Asia Championship 2015 America Qualifiers. 4-team double elimination bracket. We can take a very quick look at it here. This is a best of 3, your first winner bracket semifinal. Fire versus Complexity. Fire took game 1, did it convincingly, looking to make it the 2-0 sweep. Complexity just looking to bounce back and force a game 3. As for the other side of the bracket, you've got eHug and a Cloud9 roster that I believe is about to be unveiled for its first time later today. But with all that out of the way, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit, and I'm joined here today by Merlini. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
How goes it?
Round 2 of this. I think Complexity actually could have really used a Tidehunter over the Nature's Prophet. I'm still very surprised that it wasn't picked up by either team.
Totally ignored the entire draft, actually.
Yeah.
Neither picked nor banned.
It's something that would have been a nice backup plan for them. Like, okay, they're going to Epi in, they're going to Blink Stampede and Stomp, and then boom, we follow up with a Ravage, and then it kind of dissuades most initiation from Fire. But all they really had was a puck coil, and they actually didn't really care about the puck coil at all.
Yeah, and you get shut down a bit in the laning stage, you don't really snowball, but you have double Ravage to follow back on later on. So it definitely gives you that late game insurance, and felt like there was not that their lineup couldn't go late, but there was a little too much. They didn't snowball, basically, and it seemed like someone needed to start shutting down the enemy team, whether it's the puck, maybe the Prophet takes a lot of early towers, or even gets that Orchid that you were talking about at a timely fashion.
Well, they didn't even need to snowball. They just had to keep even and farm, and they didn't even come close to keeping even. Like, Jug didn't go farming items, and they went to go farm, and then everyone else just got picked off.
Right. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. So, draft for game number 2 underway now. Again with the first phase Night Stalker ban. Something that... are you seeing a lot of Night Stalker in NEL right now? Is it a popular hero?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's like, from what I've seen with him, it's like, oh great, we can't see, but we can't do anything either. Or they can't see us, but we can't do anything. Generally they just tank up, and then it's just vision isn't really an issue. Like, I don't know, you have a hero like Jug who just man fights you, or Anti-Mage also who just man fights you, and also has Manta and all these other items to get out of sticky situations. So
he did get a lot of buffs in the latest patch, so maybe some teams experimenting with him in scrims just haven't really shown him too much yet. Well, we'll see. For now,
I still think he needs time to build a lineup around him, and teams haven't experimented enough yet.
It used to be a ridiculously strong hero, especially when the hero pool was smaller in Dota 2. There was a period where Night Stalker was an automatic first pick. You go back around the TI2 era, or before leading into TI2, when the hero pool was really limited. But it's been a while since Night Stalker's heyday. Used to be Cinderen's go-to hero, the Yule's Night Stalker. Did you ever see that?
Stop the blink.
The Yule Stalker.
Sight.
Yeah. Yule's one hero, kill the other, then go back for the second one. Heavy team fight from Fire, though. They completely changed it up this game. First overall pick, Brew. And then they followed up with the Tidehunter, so just in case the Watermelon's not enough, they've got some booze to back them up. This is a lot of just beef to fight into if you're Complexity.
Yeah, I like Fire's drafts more overall because they always have backup plans. It's okay, if we fail our lanes, we'll still get a Sand King Blink and or Centaur Blink, and then we can actually take fight and gank. If they want to push us, we have Venom for the wards, and if it comes to worse, we just rely on Anti-Mage for the late game. Whereas Complexity, it's well, we want to push, but we can't push, and then if we want to go late game, Jug isn't going to be able to outfarm or outcarry an Anti-Mage, and our puck isn't really doing anything either, and he can't split push because we keep getting picked off by these blinks. So they didn't really have a multifaceted strategy. Whereas Fire already, Brewmaster and Tidehunter, okay, well, they're going to initiate on one of these. We have, just massive team fight potential. So you can't really push into us early, and we're probably going to force team fights early. So you have to draft either a lot of split push and elusive heroes and mobility, or you have to draft even more team fight, which is highly unlikely unless you have, a Enigma plus Centaur plus, Sand King or something like that.
Seems like Complexity is going to go for the spread offense here. They go for the Ember, Centaur, heroes that can participate in team fights, but not really trying to match Fire in that department per se. More of a pick-off style lineup here. elusive heroes in with the Stampede, the Ember Spirit's own mobility. But Fire looked to kind of deal with this Disruptor pickup. So instant silence to potentially shut down that Ember and make him a sad panda.
Disruptor's a great pick here too. Like, it's just great in combination with the Brewmaster, because usually if you look at Complexity's lineup, this is their plan versus Brew. Okay, we're going to Stampede away, or we're going to just, have Ember up in front, and then if they gets initiated on, we're just going to back out with them. So this way, they can keep people in. They can also have a very reliable lockdown against the Ember Spirit with a Static Storm, and Stampede is kind of poopy versus Glimpse. So
yeah, and if he jumps in on you, you can always glimpse him away if you're ever in danger. So very irritating to play against. Can also potentially counter the buyback. The buyback Remnant shenanigans as well if you're time like the Glimpse. It does feel like a game where Disruptor could have a big impact. As for Fire, still looking for that second support pickup, and I guess they're hard carry for Ush, so we saw the Anti-Mage last game. Any carries that you have your eyes on for him? Do you look towards like a Slark here? The Juggernaut's already banned out, so we're not going to see it.
I still think they're going to pick Void,
10 seconds remaining.
I know Blitz is all aboard the Troll hype train right now, but
Troll, I think
not really looking like a Troll draft here.
He's a low.
Reserve time.
He's a pretty low in my book. He's like 20th percentile, maybe.
Wow.
30th, maybe.
30th.
Yeah,
That's generous.
It's a little generous. I think he has a niche with some heroes, though. He's really good against Phoenix.
I was gonna say,
he's good with Meepo. I think he's also pretty good with Faceless Void, and he's also pretty good for Roshan strats too, and with push. So I think he's useful, but not.
They don't really have any of the heroes that would suit that. So
yeah,
probably not going to see him this game.
Problem is just generally you don't get that much uptime on heroes too. Like Battle Trance is really good in theory, but the amount of time that you're actually right clicking is fairly low.
Yeah, I guess if you run a bunch of ranged heroes, it can be a bit better, but then you could just look towards something like a Drow Ranger if you want to rely on heavy right click.
Yeah.
Which we did see ban last game. Fire will go for the Bane here. So they want some reliable lockdown for the Ember. Nothing they're really setting up for with the sleep per se. I guess Static Storm could be nice, but
I think they also want an anti-BKB hero.
Yeah, good versus the Enigma.
Yeah, I think I like the Enigma pick here. If he farms BKB, he's going to be a big pain to deal with later, unless Bane plays amazingly well.
And one of those heroes that can actually out late game team fight a Brew Tide potentially. Not easy, but if you get the right black hole, anything is possible. It's not a hero that we've seen a ton of as of late, but the Anti-Mage will get banned out by Complexity just after Ush's performance last game. They know a hard carry is coming, and they decide that's the poison they don't want to devour, but still leaves a lot of other pretty strong late gamers in the pool. There's a Slark, if they want to go that direction. Team fight carries. I guess there's the Luna. We don't see much of her lately. Fire will be the ones to ban the Slark, though.
I think Fire wanted a more potent late gamer than a Slark, just because I think they're going to play it similarly to last game. Just let Ush farm and occasionally contribute, while the 4 do heavy lifting with all their heavy early mid game ultimates.
Any particular heroes in mind for them?
Well, it depends on what Complexity wants, and you have to see where Ember's going to. If it's Ember safe or Ember mid.
Yeah. More often than not, we see a mid, but a good example of a team that likes to run them safe lane a lot would be ZSMJ's team. They run the Ember safe lane more often than not, and occasionally Yao for LGD will go off lane on the Ember as a part of a dual lane, so it is a somewhat flexible hero in terms of how he looks to lane. It'll be the Quap by Complexity, though. She's finally making her return. Lord, it's been a long time since we've seen this hero terrorizing Dota 2.
She's pretty good, but I don't think so versus Disruptor. She's pretty good at shutting down a Broom in lane, though. So, last game, they couldn't really shut down TC's farm either, at any point in the game. And that's generally where Fire wins out, is they have TC farming, and they have Ush farming, and everyone else is just creating space for them. So I think if they can limit TC's potency with Brewmaster, they can actually carry with their carry instead of getting out farmed.
Carry with your carry. The Merlini strat.
It's not what the Jug did.
Definitely not. Fire with the last pick here. Let's see what they want to go for. And the clock will wind down.
I think they really like the harder carries, like the AM Faceless Void Spectre.
It kind of reminds me of how Zephyr was drafting quite a bit for Corey, where they just always make sure he's got something that goes super late.
10 seconds
What else
remaining.
is super late though?
Naga.
5
Naga.
seconds
Naga's
remaining.
pretty good too.
Faceless Void.
Okay. There you go. Now the game gets a little bit harder for your Enigma if it goes late, and they get more lockdown to do with the Ember Spirit. Actually, all these heroes, like Void, is often the trump card when you're up against like a mobile spread the map type lineup.
Yeah, he really is. The hero is so good against their lineup.
Yeah, you don't really want to team fight against this, and you also don't really want to split push against a farm Void.
I think it's all on Queen of Pain though. Queen of Pain has the majority of the pressure on her if you're on complexity. Like Ember's going to get focused really hard, I feel like, but Queen of Pain is the one that is going to be able to kill the Faceless Void inside the Chrono too. If she doesn't get caught herself, she's the one that's going to be able to burst down the Brewmaster and Tidehunter before they pop their ultimate. So that's the hero that I'm looking out for, and hopefully he can deliver a
5
better
seconds
performance than last
remaining.
game's Puck.
Yeah, I do want to just refresh everyone's memory that Queen of Pain got some big buffs in the most recent patch. Blink range increased from 700. It used to be pretty ass at level 1, up to 1300 at all levels, which it used to peak out at 1150 when it's maxed. The cooldown is a bit longer early on, 15 instead of 12, but it ends up the same when it's maxed at 6. And it's also worth mentioning that Sonic Wave goes through Magic Unity and is pure damage now. The damage was reduced a bit, but being able to go through BKBs could be potent, as you mentioned, even up against the Void with Chrono, potentially.
Fog's like, WTF, we had 5 minutes of rest, now you want to go to the bathroom? That's a very strange thing to do, too.
Yeah, that's a tactical pause, if I've ever seen one. Or a nervous bladder. I'm not sure.
Trying to think if Fire can do anything unusual. I don't really see anything unusual they can do with their lanes, especially not with their players. So, complexity, can they do anything different? I think they have to put Queen of Pain first to brew. Ember will do okay versus Tide. Yeah, I think it's just exactly what you would expect the lanes to be. With very little room for something different, something surprising.
If you're coL, do you feel like desperate to get something done before Fire get their basic items out, or are you? If it's even at like 15 minutes, are you really nervous if you're coL here?
They just need their basic items. Like Queen of Pain needs probably an Orchid, I'd say this game, Orchid or BKB on her. Or Scepter, I don't know. She needs like one of those items by like a little bit before 20. Ember needs like Drum so he can tank through Disruptor and Faceless Void, and Enigma needs a mech. I think if they have all those items, which is pretty reasonable timing for all three of those,
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay. If they don't, then I think you're a little bit worried, especially if they have blinks on.
Complexity. They were slow to get ready for this game, and they're also slow to walk up this hill. Limp. Caught out a bit, not brought down just yet. They continue to work their way onto him. He gets off the stomp, survives for now. They turn onto Fluff. Brain Sap still ends up going down. It goes really well for Complexity. And now they look for a bit more. Swindle with the level 1 Flame Guard. Normally you could break this real easily. It's a 2-0.
That's awkward.
Oh, they had 5 ready for a hero to walk up that hill and still end up giving up 2 kills.
They jumped the gun. They needed to let them walk up into them and then get clapped, and then they go on them. But they didn't actually have...
instead of like chasing them away.
Well, they gushed, and then none of their melee heroes got hit. Faceless Void had to time walk onto him while he was gushed to have more uptime. So I think IX Mike jumped the gun there. He gushed, and then immediately they knew what was going
Battle
on.
begins.
Costly. Now 2-0 the score, and Complexity. Those kills go in the way of the Dazzle early on, so Moon immediately buys the TP, and with the TP, Sentries as well, he can ensure his jungle wasn't warded, although good news for Complexity is also that Fire never got any wards down here, so they're not going to be able to do anything to slow down this Enigma's jungle directly. If they want to do something, they'll have to apply pressure with these supports. But for now, it looks like Fluff will be babysitting Ush bottom, and Fog will be looking to join him. Free farm Enigma looks to be in the cards. Let's see. So we'll introduce the teams now, guys. Fire again leading 1-0 in the best of 3. We've now got the indicator out. It's IX Mike with the old ball and chain as your offlane Tidehunter. Going mid will be TC on the Brewmaster, and the safe lane goes Fluff as the Bane. Already starting to lay into Limp Centaur here, and that does leave Ush as the safe lane Void. As for the Complexity squad, looking to bounce back here, they've struggled a bit as of late. Looking at some of their recent results have been underwhelming, considering that this team was once on the verge of qualifying for the Summit too, and doing pretty well in some other tournaments. Limp as your offlane Centaur. Biver, going mid as the Queen of Pain, had a very rough game on the puck last time around. Z-Freak will be taking up the reins of the Enigma in the jungle. That puts Moon Meander onto the safe lane Dazzle, and it leaves Swindle Melons as the Ember. So it looks like our Centaur's not having a fun
TC is
time.
struggling mightily in mid. He actually just died. Okay.
Well, that's embarrassing. Not the first blood, I guess, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. Biver dives him, gets the kill there. Good early pressure, and this is, in the meantime, Fluff is applying some pressure of his own. Continues to trade blows here with Limp, getting chased out. The stomps there. Biver. Uh-oh. This is an awkward situation, but they bring in the reinforcing Fog. He'll glimpse back Biver. Now chasing onto Limp. Can't quite get the kill, and let's see. Does Biver look to engage further here? No, not going to.
And they can't control the rune for
Ends up
2
backing
minutes,
off.
too.
It's been a long time since I've seen a Brewmaster actually die 1v1 mid. And Queen of Pain, one of those heroes that can actually get kills like that done early.
He actually had to use a lot of his one share tango. Actually, he had two. He had to use his share tango early at the rune too, so that actually helped him a lot because he was at like maybe 80% HP, and generally that's okay to get you your bottle. But with a Queen of Pain in the mix, one of the most aggressive laners, not as easy.
Yeah, he does still take a pounding here from TZ as the clap, the crit come out, but we'll have to see if he's able to continue this initial snowball. For now, IX Mike getting his levels in the offlane, level 2, closing on level 3. No ancient stacks just yet. Looking at Limp, still only 1. He's moved around quite a bit early. Fluff has done a really good job of zoning him. At one point, he was winding his way through the trees, just trying to harass him quite a bit, and really slowing down that offlane Centaur. But the trade is there for Complexity. Is they get the first blood mid, they've got a free farm Enigma in the jungle, and they were fed 2 early double kill, or 2 early kills. A double kill, I should say.
Biver hasn't been able to keep up any pressure though. He was really slow to bottle curl after he did the 2-minute rune.
Yeah, TC is now catching up as well. He salves up. He's going to have his boots coming along with the bottle. And his level 6 closes in. So he hits 4. Your Void also 4. We'll see Fire with most of their big ultimates online within like the next 4 or 5 minutes. In the case of Mike, he's level 4 too. So probably even sooner than that. Mike's not getting shut down at all. And he's CSing too. 11-0. The Centaur still is 0-0. Feels like he's going to become a liability rather quickly. And Centaur, he needs the blink. You look at some other offlaners like Tide, even Void, they can still offer something to the team without the farm, but...
Well, he doesn't even have boots.
Yeah. Maybe I'm getting too ambitious here for poor Limp.
I mean, Bane Disruptor is not your best dual lane either, or dual support combo.
Fluff was just very aggressive early. Like, he just
Yeah, he
constantly
is.
going for the auto attacks, was chasing him through the trees. I guess it caught Limp a bit off guard. And he took a lot of early harassment, but he still has regen here. TP scroll also out. Can be good against, I guess, to react to any rotations, potentially. But still no boots. It's a bootsless life.
So now TC with the haste rune can put out a lot of pressure on probably the top lane. I'd say would be the best for him. That's pretty much an easy kill on the Dazzle. And if Enigma comes in, he's most likely dead too. So Enigma going to hit level 6 right about 5 minutes time. And he does have a smoke and almost full mana, so they might actually look to kill the Brew, I would say, is the most important target for them.
Yeah, you go on the Brew, and it also means that he's not threatening your team with this haste rune, so could be a really nice kill.
Yeah, he's level 6 right now. Let's see what he does.
GC's close to that split. If they want to go, they're going to have to go pretty much right now. TC roaming in. Biver does have the blink. He just gets destroyed. Brain sap stomp. Or clap, rather. Perfectly chained up there. No chance to even use the blink. And well, so much for that smoke gank happening in the next minute or so.
Yeah, he didn't top himself off either. He had a lot of bottle charges left. At least he bought.
Queen of Pain does go for the Gloves of Haste here.
Is under attack.
What do you expect to see build-wise? You think Ord's an Orchid game up against the Brew, or...?
Orchid or BKB. I mean, I see a lot of co-op BKB Rush, which I don't particularly like because I think it's a very offensive hero. If you want to play like that, then you might as well build a puck if you think you need defensive capabilities.
Right.
So, yeah, I like the Orchid.
Oh, Limp. Clearly not accustomed to playing against the Disruptor. TP's in bottom. Immediately glimpse back mid. Still no boots.
Yeah, that's just silly.
Oh, they are coming now. Yeah, you go for that TP. You really want to just TP to the tier 2 or even farther back behind the tower if the Disruptor's not posting up on you. It's just one of those things. You don't play against Disruptor too often and mistakes were made. But Z-Freak will smoke now. Probably has to be the most scary hero on the map right now. Hits level 7, has the max demonic conversion. Ix Mike also hits 6 though. Does he want to go top now? Up against Ravage, you're also going in against a Brute TP with an Invis rune. Split ready. This is awkward for Z-Freak.
Why is he standing right there?
I think he's debating. Like, do you want to go top right now against those 3 ults?
No. I mean, even killing Tidehunter is just like, I mean, whatever. It's a Tidehunter. He's already level 6. It's not like you're stealing a big Ancient Sack or something.
Let's see if they can get a clean kill here. They may try for the wraparound. They're going to go with Z-Freak now. Malefiz, quick black hole! Well, that's one way to do it. And I guess they get the kill. Yeah, they kill him. Now it looks like they'll try to threaten this tower a bit. Not sure if they'll be able to take it down. With the Dazzle heal coming out, now level 3. Looks like they will continue to apply pressure, but Bane's in the lane. Void, no TP actually. It looks like Ush not going to be looking to
They could easily TP in with Brew after a sleep.
That's
too.
true.
So if Dazzle gets slapped, they have to back off.
So Void goes straight for a Claymore. And now it looks like Ush is going to go Battle Fury Rush. This is not a build we've seen much of lately on Voids.
Yeah, it's almost always Mask
This is like the
Madness.
old school Void build.
Mask Madness and
Maelstrom,
BKB.
BKB, Refresher,
Yeah.
maybe a damage item in the mix.
I guess he just wants to keep up on farm, especially after the weak early game. I think he just wants to ensure that he will be able to farm after like he gets a BKB. Because if you get BKB and the other team gets like a Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit, you're gonna fall way far behind in terms of farm. So
Yeah, at that point you really have to be finding pickoffs, and it can be tough against complexity. They have Shallow Grave, Stampede, Remnants, Ember Spirit, generally elusive, and Queen of Pain with the long-range blink, so he runs around going for those kills. There's a decent chance he'll end up misfiring, and then he could very well, like you mentioned, fall behind. There's a rotation now from Fluff. He gets super aggressive here. Has an Observer Ward. He's going to walk right into Z-Freak. Hits him once, and then runs down. But, oh, actually gets off the sleep. Now, they turn this one. They get the Stomp from Limp. Not going to be enough to kill on his own. He needs a little more support, which comes now from Biver. This will be a freebie for him. He's going to TP out. One more auto tech. They get the kill. Meanwhile, top lane. On the Ix Mike, Ravage is available. He's got stick charges, too. Ravage flies now. He tries to finish off Moon. He will. TC just blows a little hot air at him, and he falls right over.
Swindle also doesn't have any more remnants.
Uh-oh. They Bruce split for this. He's going to remnant forward. Swindle trying to be a magician here. Heads to the south. They do have a Cyclone. They'll toss him up in the air. The remnant not cooling down for 12 seconds. He chains and gets Boulder Toss for his Trouble Flame Guard, and just a few. And they're going to blow a Bruce split. Get nothing done. Swindle pulls one out of the hat, but in the meantime, Ush did get the tier 1 bottom. Actually going the way of the Radiant, but you know, Battle Fury coming very soon. Already has the Broadsword out. Nice plays by Swindle, though.
Yeah, that's a big win for Complexity. A Ravage down and a Brew ult down for just a mere Dazzle.
Yeah, that is truly takey one for the team if you're Moon Meander. They're going to jump in here on Biver. They get the vision on him, but it's only a level 3 glimpse, and they actually go in for it. Might be a bit too far. And they're going to back. They do have, on paper, very good lockdown for these mobile heroes with the Disruptor and the Bane.
Yeah,
not
he
to
needs
mention the
6,
Voids.
though. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is awkward for Fog. He's going to get caught out. Swindle kills him off, and up to 1,200 gold now. Continues to just find his openings around the map. He did this last game, too. Swindle feeling like the big playmaker right now for this Complexity squad. Getting stuff done.
Yeah, he's been doing very, very well these past couple of games. There hasn't been any Ancient Stacks for Mike, too, which is very unusual when you have a Tidehunter on your team. Swindle doesn't have his Flame Guard up, will not go on the Tidehunter. We see TC's Blink up now, but who does it really go on now? especially since oh, actually Centaur is not 6, surprisingly.
Centaur could be good. It's still annoying to have to worry about this Grave TP as well, although it is a level 1 Grave. They're going to sleep on Viper mid, the clap comes out, he gets Graved, he gets healed. They're going to maybe look to bring him on back. Fox says, come back here, where are you going? Nowhere fast, that's where. They get 1 kill, they look for more. And the buyback comes out from Queen of Pain. This will prompt Fire to retreat and Complexity. It's an early buyback, but can they do anything
really
with it?
bad for Complexity. They need Queen of Pain to snowball and be an aggressive threat, and with no Orchid, she's not a threat.
Well, I guess they'll try to make up for it with this tower here. Tier 1 under siege, but
they have Rule. I don't actually know.
And they have everything actually, Chrono and Ravage. And remember, they just bought back. If this ends up being a dieback from Viver, I mean, then you're falling ultra far behind. Ice Mike, though, no Blink Dagger at this stage of the game, so they have to walk in the good old-fashioned way. He unwinds the Ravage, connects on 4, while the Dazzle's thrown up in the air, and then they just walk away. Their Faceless Void not rotating in, Ush not really with the right items to join these fights. Battle Fury only now arriving. And Complexity just taking advantage. No Ravage, no Brew Split. Even with the Battle Fury, Void can't really fight.
I don't know what he was waiting for. He could have gone in with a Blink Clap. They don't really have a good way to stop him unless he's an immediate hole.
Oh, big initiation on TC. They get another kill. Complexity just punishing Fire when these ults are down. Another jump through, a quick takedown, and they look for more. The tier 2 mid under siege. Limp, Swindle in the front lines. They're going to get aggressive here. Fluff walks right in. He gets chained for his trouble. Now turned on. Fluff going to end up going down. It looks like one more auto tech. The kill is there. Goes the way of Z-Freak, and still the Void unable to do a thing. Just farming his jungle, spotted by Dire Ward. That is 2 towers mid taken down. And suddenly, that Queen of Pain buyback feels well worth it.
They really need AoE on Fire. They actually have, like, no AoE. Maybe that's why you got the Battle Fury.
Yeah, what do they have? Static Storm, Clap, which is pretty small AoE, and Ravage.
Well, nothing. Sorry, no AoE for anti-push.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really a problem when they have an Enigma with a mech.
Yeah, I guess the best thing they have for that is just the Thunderstrike, but that's a pretty crappy D-push spell, and it's level 1. I feel like a lot of it is this build by Ush, though. Because he goes for the Battle Fury, he can't really do anything in the fights. You go for, like, your Aquila, Treads, Mask of Madness, you can jump in and kill a hero for sure, possibly even 2.
Can he, though? I mean, if Enigma
if you catch, like, the Dazzle +1...
If he doesn't catch Enigma, Enigma will mech. If he doesn't catch Dazzle, Dazzle will ult. And if he doesn't catch Quap will actually, I think, blow him up with Mask of Madness. So, I don't know. It's questionable, but I mean...
they got a 4-hero Ravage there. Like,
yeah, if they had 4-hero Ravage, 4-hero Chrono into, like
if there was a Chrono with a Void with items that let him fight now, it feels like he should at least be able to get 1 or 2 kills there. And probably save the tier 2 is the other thing.
I think a big problem is the Flame Guard, too. They don't really have anything for the Flame Guard. Just straight tank through his Ravage and the Static Storm. And, oh.
Fiver. A little jaunt here.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Well, then.
The thing is, like, that buyback did hurt him, though. Even after taking 2 towers and being involved in a couple kills, still only has the 1 Oblivion staff at 14 minutes. His CS is not that great either. 59 CS this game. You compare that to the Brew, he's neck and neck, and normally you run the Quap, you get the kill early, you want to just dominate your lane and pull ahead.
Swindle finds TC, but it's far too obvious if those 2 heroes mid go in. I think he's trying to look for a real weak support, like Disruptor.
Disruptor would be nice. He's going to head the other direction. Wraps around towards Ush. Swindle. Nobody backing him up here still. He's going to actually walk into Ush. Now throws out a Remnant. Jumps away with the Flame Guard. The double Remnant back. No glimpse.
They were setting a trap for him. And he didn't fall for it. Good job, Swindle.
He's been savvy this game. Making the right moves, putting pressure out, but not dying. And it's definitely a game where he needed to step up with the Queen of Pain buyback. Slowing down a lot after that early game First Blood. Or not First Blood, but third kill. First kill for her in the lane. And now the jump in happens on the Moon mid lane. They go with the Bruce, but he gets off the Grave, though. Chase coming out. Remnants coming through, but no. Swindle will get slept up. Now jumps away. The Bruce split just gets them a single kill. And now they bring in Ush, but man, he hits like a wet kitten. Just not really doing much. Gets the bash right as the chrono ends. It's not enough for the kill. Pops the flame guard, survives through it all, gets the chains off. Finally, they bring him down. Oh man, that was close to him getting away with murder there. But they do end up securing the kill, and unfortunately for Complexity, just now they get their 2 blinks. The Enigma blink picked up, the Centaur blink just secured. Would have loved to have those to counter-initiate mid.
Full duration grip on Queen of Pain.
They have the lockdown to punish these mobile heroes. Let's see, does Z-Freak go for a solo kill here on the Fog? Not going to need the black hole, it looks like. Just auto attacks may do it. One more! Oh my. Glimpse, turn him back, run away. Oh, that's frustrating. I feel for Z-Freak just seeing that. It's like, you really don't want to commit the black hole for that. But so close.
Yeah. Poor guy. So Nightmare actually does pure damage now, which means you can't blink after. I haven't seen enough Bane post-patch, or post that HP removal change.
And he's actually leveling it up, too. No points in Enfeeble. Normally you would just even see stats, historically, like, over taking it all the way up to level 3.
Swindle's farm is actually not that great, too. 6,000 net worth compared to 8,400 on the Void. And now, first real battle item after the Battle Fury. Well,
this smoke is super aggressive by Complexity. They're going to go all the way down, and they get the jump too. Blink Stop catches out too. Queen of Pain jams it in, and that's 2 down. They look for a bit more. Mike, oh, so close to getting caught up by the Malefice. Complexity, that was a beautiful little dessert served up for them, and now they'll transition to another tier 2 tower. This is the kind of aggression we weren't seeing from them early in game number 1, but they're finding the kills, they're turning the picks into pushes, and
wow, are they
look
really
to break the base.
Go high ground?
This is very early.
That's super risky. I don't think they should do it at all, especially...
The only thing not up right now is Ravage, but that comes up very soon. 15 seconds.
Yeah, no Quappled either. Looking for a glimpse back, but everyone's way far out of range.
In good news for Fire, Ush now has the Mask of Madness, so now he can solo kill quite a few of these heroes. Your Ember, probably Enigma if he doesn't get off the mech. There are, together it feels like Complexity are very difficult to bring down, but if they start getting picked off one by one like last game, then nobody's living through these chronos.
Well, in theory they shouldn't be because of the heroes that they have. Like, I don't know. I don't think they can actually push though. Just a Brew ult. They don't really have a good way to stop the Brew ult, which is where you really like your Quap Orchid, but she's still working on it. She's just about, actually she just about has it. 25.
Yeah, I mean she did buy back. But to be fair, it was a very early game buyback. It feels like the issues are not just purely with that one buyback. It did take 2 towers on the back of it as well, but CS isn't that great. 87 CS at 19 minutes. Brewmaster actually out farming the Quap, and also obviously having the bigger teamfight impact. They haven't really just found enough openings, it seems, but maybe with the Orchid that will change. Unfortunately, just as Biver is getting ready to unveil that Orchid, he may end up just getting gripped here and picked off. Fluff dropping a ward, continuing his pursuit, and Biver going to wrap around the trees. Hello! And this should be a goodbye. That's not how you want to debut your Orchid. Look for something here. Z-Freak blinking on in and gets glimpsed back, but there's no real follow-up to help him to disengage. So he ends up going down there, a 1-for-1 exchange, but makes it a Bane for a Quap, as everyone else will TP out to safety.
It's pretty good.
Look at Ush's farm. 176 CS. Nobody else even in the neighborhood. He always finds his farm, no matter what happens with the team. Like
smoke into the opponent's jungle. Can they actually find the Faceless Void? They had a lot of wards there. I think they actually saw them smoke up, though.
I didn't see when they initially popped it.
He popped it right above the second, the bottom rune.
Okay. It's like right over here. They will jump in, though, Swindle Melons. Well, who's caught whom is the question now. Void jumps in, Chrono connects on 4, but do they have the follow-up coming through in time? Brew will split on the periphery of this, but they get off the Dazzle heal. The mech popped as well. Everybody at healthy HP pulls. Now the Black Hole comes. catching out Ush as well as the Brewmaster split, aside from the Earth Panda, though, so he should be okay, but everybody scatters to the winds. Brew split used up, Void ult used up, Void dead. Possibly more to follow from this one, as TC will go down, nicely timed stomp, and they're just running fire over, now onto Fog. They'll bring him down too. It's a double kill for Biver.
That was a beautiful chrono, but no follow. They really needed a Ravage or a Static Storm.
They needed anything.
Yeah. That
Bane's just standing there like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Bruce splits outside of it.
That would have been like an ultra kill if Fogged or IX Mike had been there.
Yeah, Complexity with these, they keep on going for these really deep smoke ganks, and they consistently are catching fire off guard. It seems like the key to success for them.
Ush wasn't caught off guard. He TP'd back, knowing that they would probably fight around there, and then TC was kind of out by his lonesome.
But it seemed like the team as a whole didn't know it was coming, right? Because they didn't have like IX Mike in position, and yeah, Ush as an individual player definitely
that was
not caught out.
Big fight for Complexity, though. I think they can actually take Roshan pretty soon off the map control.
Gem for Dazzle now. So they really look to secure map control, and you combine this gem with the aggressive wards they've planted down. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Fluff setting a trap for Swindle. I think he's going to stay for the siege creep.
Quelling Blade shenanigans here from Fluff, as he will find his way through the tree line. On to Swindle he'll go, gets the crit from the Brew. Clap not even being used because he does have the Flame Guard up, but he manages the chain. Remnants out, and he'll live. Looked like such a good trap there, but
TC didn't even clap.
He had Flame Guard up. I don't know, would it have broken? Would he have actually done damage, I guess is the question?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Grip was on him the whole entire time.
That's true. So there was already some magic damage. Would have been closer anyway, but doesn't end up getting the kill. Now Limp. Leaping in now. Getting pulled back as he tries to retreat out. Will be brought down by IX Mike. Can't end up escaping, and they look for more here now. Void lurching forward. Ush. Chrono? No. Doesn't know they're TPing out, and they will dodge a bullet here. Z-Freak immediately starts to sound the alarm, split pushing the bottom lane, and still feels like fire. Even if they lose a fight here or there, they've just got so many big team fight ults that they're always ready to come right back at you.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Quelling Blade Bane though. This is some
that was a
X-Freedom Dota
setup too.
Reminds me of the X-Freedom Quelling Blade Freedom. So IX Mike just ravaged.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they saw it. Whatever.
Yeah, their wards are over here. It might have been like near the creep wave.
Ush.
Farming Ravage. Silence Ush. EKB is actually inbound, but it's not going to be here in time, or will it? It's close. They sleep him. Now he's... Oh, the courier. Run that little courier away. Biver now surging in, looks for Fluff as well. They're going to get the second kill. It could be a third if Fog's not able to retreat. He heads to the north. Remnant will chase him down. He falls as well. That's 3 dead. You just can't run from this team. Meanwhile, a Bruce Split's been committed. That's only from Moonmeander, who graves. And now goes for the TP out. It'll be Cyclone. He's got the stick charges. They're going to get a gem for this Bruce Split if they manage to claim. But they give up a tier 2 in the process, and they lose 3 bottom. Still, gotta say, looking pretty good for Complexity overall. But that was a very recent gem purchase, unfortunately.
Fire's always just like 5 seconds too late on all of their important strategic points. Like the Ravage and the Static Storm that could have followed that Chrono, the BKB timing there. These are all big potential swings that could have happened too. Just BKB another Orchid, turn around Chrono, boom, Static Storm follow up, and with no BKBs on Complexity, they were going to be destroyed by that. But sooner or later, Complexity is going to have BKBs. I would say 1 on Quap, 1 on Enigma, and probably not 1 on Ember, but that's still a lot to deal with. They don't really have good anti-BKB, especially with Faces Void dying. 0-2 and 1 on Ush, although he has tremendous amounts of farm.
Yeah, it just feels like they haven't been able to play around the Void pick that well. Like, they picked the Void, they have decent AoE follow-up, but I don't think we've seen a single fight where they've actually chained it all together. We haven't seen a Chrono into Static Storm, we haven't seen a Chrono into a Ravage on multiple heroes. We saw a 4-hero Ravage earlier, we saw a 4-hero Chrono, but they're separate, and on Complexity get off the heal, they get off the Dazzle ult, the mech, and the fights just seem to turn from there. Still, going high ground is a different beast against this lineup. That's where Complexity may be reluctant. Although I say that, and they were thinking about high ground at, what was it, like the 17-minute mark this game, so you never know. They're doing a good job of map controlling in general, though. Getting those aggressive wards down. I guess the main issue is now with the gem on Fluff. They're getting dewarded.
Yep, one BKB up soon, or second BKB up soon on Fire. We'll see one on Brew, one on Faceless Void. Probably the two most important targets for them to have it on. Disruptor, going for Scepter. Tidehunter doesn't really need it because he has his Kraken Shell.
There's, while you have on the side of Fire, you've got Grip as well as Chrono. On the side of Complexity, all you have is that black hole to deal with these BKBs coming out. So both teams with some tools, but nobody with like an overwhelming amount, and a lot of heroes rendered completely ineffective by these BKBs, but it is worth mentioning, not the Queen of Pain. You still got that pure damage Sonic Wave that goes right through Magic Community to worry about, and it'll be a powerful tool in their arsenal as the BKBs continue to come out.
Especially if Swindle gets his Chrysalis, they could probably kill him in BKB with a crit and a Sonic Wave on a Mask of Madness Void.
Swindle makes his way through the Radiant Woods now. Farming rather ambitiously here, but he has backup inbound. They're going to rotate through Biver as well as Z-Freak. Your Enigma and Queen of Pain now ambling towards bottom. Complexity into the Radiant Woods. At the same time, Ike's Mike eking what farm he can out of this top lane, and the rest of Fire a little bottled up. Ush just sitting at the base. Wants to go and farm, but knows it's not safe. They're playing very defensively right now.
Well, Complexity has been blowing through all their smokes, too. So I can understand why Fire's playing in this position. They also want them to push into the base so they can hit a big Ravage and hopefully a big Static Storm, a Chronosphere combo, finally.
27 minutes, we haven't seen one yet.
They've had the opportunities, too. It's not like Complexity just haven't been fighting.
Yeah. And it's not like they haven't been grouping, because Lord knows they have.
Yeah, Complexity really has to watch their spread, too. They've been caught like in a really bad position multiple times. Luckily, they haven't been punished, but it's the
it just takes that one fight.
Yep.
Well, Fiver continuing to push out this top lane, and at long last, Fire will leave the base. Ush finally sees a creep wave. He's got gold here for his next item that he wants, if he wants to build towards it. What do you think for the Void this game? Do you go like into Refresher now? Do you get more right-click damage? Get like a Daedalus?
I think Daedalus is good here. I'm trying to think of any other items. Butterfly, no. Mjolnir, it's not bad either.
Yeah, I guess you're up against like Flame Guard and some AoE heals, but it's a very cost-effective item.
They have also been grouping up a lot, too.
Is it overkill when you already have Battle Fury, though? Just having more, like, you often see the Maelstrom just for the farming increase.
Looks like he's going crit.
Okay. More right-click for Ush, and more single-target lockdown kill potential here, but it is going to be a tricky who-do-you-go-on kind of situation, like you were describing earlier. Swindle now has Aegis, and to go with that, they also have the Grave, level 4, so Moon can sit very far back behind him. Enigma, if he's ignored, can just turn the Chrono with a black hole. And even if you go on him, not an easy hero to bring down.
They're pushing without 5 right now, though. They definitely see the Enigma on the right side of the map, so this could be a green light for Fire. But at the same time, if they fail to kill with their ultimates, that's most likely a Rax.
Especially if they're taking that fight outside the base, which Ike's Mike apparently doesn't know what's coming as well. Maybe he does. Links up, but gets chained, and now we'll just casually TP out. He just lumbered down mid. Ooh.
Well, they've been fight manning so much, so they think that if they see an Enigma, their whole team's around him.
Yeah.
So I can understand why he's doing that.
Wasn't punished for it, fortunately for him. Fluff now continuing to Quelling Blade his way through the trees. Oh, by the way, there's a smoke on the ground here. Not sure whose that is. Somebody may want to pick that one up. For now, Complexity fencing back and forth.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fire split pushing. They send Ush to the top side of the map. He's got the Chrysalis completed now, as well as a Chrono online. Maybe looking for the jump. Aegis will be reclaimed. Roche not to respawn for 4 minutes, though. We get well into it here with game number 2. If you're just joining us, I see many of you are just now tuning in. This is a best of 3. It's a winner bracket semifinal, so nobody eliminated. There's only 4 teams here competing. The other 2 will be E-Hug as well as Cloud9. They are scheduled to dance after this series, and then coming up later today we'll have the winner bracket finals and the lower bracket finals. or the lower bracket round 1, I should say, coming your way. Those will be brought to you by Gods as well as Blitz, so I'll be sticking around here with Merlini to do the next best of 3, and well, we'll see if this one goes to a game 3. Right now, Complexity in the driver's seat in terms of map control. They look to push it in.
They could easily crash, though, if they get hit by an ultimate, like a Chronosphere. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah, there's a brick wall waiting. It's the AoE combo.
Well,
and Ixmike is working towards a refresher, so we may see the double Ravage very soon.
they have so many failsafes, though. They have BKBs now for the Orchid. They have Ravage. If Panda gets caught, they have Static Storm. If anyone else gets caught, it's actually kind of ridiculous how much teamfight they drafted, and still they're losing the teamfights by some miracle.
This is what we were seeing a lot out of Secret with their original roster, where they just draft like overwhelming wombo combo and a hard carry for Kuroki, and basically it gets to that point in the game where it's like, in order for them to lose a fight, they have to completely airball like 3 big ults.
It reminds me of older EG2 whenever they would draft Faceless Void plus Enigma and Tidehunter sometimes.
Oh yeah, that was like DreamHack winner, like 2012 era, I think, or maybe a little bit after that. But it's been a while since we've seen. I missed that old EG actually. When did EG throw last.com? There was a period where that website was updated like every week. Oh Jimmy, where art thou?
Playing for VP Polar.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad we're not able to watch those games. It's definitely it's the reverse of what Mag was doing. You know, he stood in for Cloud9, did really well actually at Starladder Season 10, and well, we wish Demon all the best there at D2L. Definitely check that out, guys. Twitch.tv/D2L if you want to watch some quality LAN Dota. Vegas, baby.
If Fire gets an Aegis, I think Complexity are like close to the brink of losing off of the back of that. So they really need to either secure it themselves or make sure Ush doesn't sneak it in. I don't know if he has enough damage to do so. I think he probably needs a Brew there with him with the Vlads, but those two can do it very, very quickly, and they can just blink in. They also have better wards to cover that area.
Ush will show himself bottom, and he's rather far out, but Fluff is up to his old tricks. This Quelling Blade. Haven't really seen it pay off at all since the early stages of the game. But the threat is there.
I also think Fog should be going for a Force rather than a Scepter. I think generally Scepter is the right build, but for this game, like, if Ember gets Static Storm, he doesn't have a BKB. Quap is usually gonna BKB before blinking, and same with Enigma too. So I don't actually think that.
And with the new Quap blink, like the range is pretty ridiculous. So
yeah,
she can come from very far away.
I think the Force is needed versus the Queen of Pain's impending Scythe of Ice. Actually, she could be going Refresher. I don't actually know. Refresher double Quap ulti is sick burst.
What is that? That's 900. Or no, sorry, no, about 1,000 pure damage,
yeah.
And it goes through BKBs.
So if he Mask of Madnesses, he's actually just straight up dead.
That will kill the Bane from full HP.
It'll kill Void.
Yeah, with
through
Mask of
BKB
Madness
from
on.
full HP. So
Brew will barely live. Tide will barely live. But like that's assuming it's just the double Quap ult. Could also be a Hex.
yeah,
Hex would probably
Actually,
be the
he
more
doesn't have
standard
enough.
safe build.
he has no mana for it either.
Oh wow, 500 mana. Did the mana cost get changed in this patch?
No.
No. It's just been so long since I've seen Quap, to be honest. There's your completed data list on Ush. Oh. He does have really good right. It just feels like one of those like who's gonna catch who kind of games, you know. They get the Chrono on several heroes, does Ush just instantly blow up the Quap or the Dazzle? Or does he airball Chrono? Does he get jumped by a Blink Black Hole? Maybe the Hex if Quap does go for it. Both teams with so much lockdown and burst potential that anyone who's caught generally seems like they should just die. But we'll see. Neither team having fought in quite some time now. Both farming, taking it late. Complexity, the team that's got more to lose here should they drop this game. They go directly down to your lower bracket, and from there, you're either looking at Cloud9 or E-Hug. Probably going to be E-Hug, but you never know, Ben. Have you seen the new E-Hug roster yet?
Yeah, I've seen them. They're decent.
Is it the exact same 5 from Leviathan, or?
What is the Infinity +4?
Oh, okay. I'm getting my teams mixed up.
They're pretty good. I know a lot of them personally. So IX Mike actually did not pick up level 3 Ravage too, so he can Ravage twice. That's pretty smart.
Uh-oh. Biver. Actually might just be in the right position here to scout everyone out. He's going to blink across. Now heads to the right, pops his double damage rune, and now he walks into a Radiant Ward. There, I'm not sure if they want to go for him.
Wait, what happened to Fluff? Why did his smoke pop?
They're going to swing around towards Ush. Not sure. Or Ush is going to swing around towards Biver, but he blinks out to safety and will barely make it up. So Fluff smoke broke.
Oh,
Didn't look like anyone was near him. Did he attack something?
I don't know. I saw the other 4, but I didn't see him.
Maybe he attacked something. I didn't see anyone else near him on the minimap. They immediately buy another smoke. Fire have the refresher tied, and it seems that's the go
all about
button
this
for them.
Roshan too. They cannot Fire Complexity cannot give this Roshan. Fire they can afford to give it away just because they have so many ultimates. But
doesn't seem like they want to though. Find another smoke. They do have the double Ravage. They've got quite an insurance policy for these team fights.
They have another gem too. Well, here they go. Are they going to start? Actually, they don't have a good way to take Roshan. I guess maybe with Weave, but...
Fiver. Is he going to start this Roshan?
It's a risky ploy. 12,000 HP on Roshan. Ember cannot tank Roshan. He's one of the weakest heroes at taking Roshan.
I guess they have the Dazzle heals, but they're definitely going to take a lot of damage in the pit. TC will go in first. It's now Fire who posts up on that Roche pit. In the meantime, Swindle, as well as Limp, going in. Quick BKB dodge there by TC, and the Quap ult now already blown. They glimpse back one. It's going to be Limp. Caught out a bit in the meantime. Ush jumps in. He finds Biver. Where's the support to bring him down? Black Bolt catches out TC. They get the quick kill on the Brew. He instantly buys back. Z-Freak now BKBing in his own right, trying to survive. Ush no Chrono anymore, but Rabbit is still here. The overwhelming GG button tactics seem to be paying off as IX Mike gets earned from long range, kept alive for now. Biver back into the fight. He bought back. It's a double buyback now for your Dire squad. So too did the Ember Spirit, but still they're getting run over here, continuing to lose heroes one by one. They may all fall down. It's an ultra kill for Ush. Could well be even more than that, but Ush gets stomped out. Can they finish the job? They do. They get the kill there on the Faceless Void, who also has a buyback. He's going to throw it out as well. It's buyback madness here, as it ends up being 3 heroes still dead for the Dire side after the triple buyback. Centaur also using his. Now make it 2. Oh my goodness. Everybody's spending all their gold in a hurry. This must be Christmas after all. That explains why Roshan's still wearing the Santa hat. TC trapped out now, looking to retreat out. They chase him forward with the Silence. Ush back into the fray. Kronos coin out in 40 seconds. This fight has been going on for so long. He gets caught out though. Remember, he just bought back. If he ends up going down, this could be a disaster. Ush getting dropped low, not finished off just yet. Caught out, Silence, and will fall after an ultra kill. It ends up being a dieback for him. It may be fogged as well. Madness, absolute madness. The Complexity. The last people standing. Count them, read them, and weep. 3, 4, 5, 6 buybacks. And actually several of them diebacks. It's a dieback for the Brewmaster. Disruptor, the lone hero to have buyback and having not used it that last fight.
That was...
What just happened?
Overextension by Fire. They fought very well with their initial round of ultimates, and then they kept fighting even though they had no double no Ravages, period. No Chrono, no BKB on either Brew or Faceless Void, and yeah, I mean, they had the fight won. All they needed to do was like, okay, they bait out the buybacks, wait for a refresher to cool down, and then boom, go in again. Or even just BKBs.
Fire. Felt like they could have just taken the Roshan with that, possibly the game there, but now going to lose 1 lane of Rex. It could even end up being 2. Swindle rotating through towards the mid lane, joined by Limp and Biver. Mike has no Ravages for 25, no double for 70. Void still dead for 44 seconds with no buyback. Brew about to respawn, but this is 2 racks. Let's see if Complexity even try to risk it for Megas or if they play it safe and back off. Remember, they did expend quite a few of their own buybacks.
Void doesn't have... Void's not up.
What? They're not going for it?
Okay, well, to be fair, they have only a Dazzle buyback. So if they stuck around and ended up giving up a bunch of kills, they would be all dead for a long time as well. 4 buybacks used previously.
I mean, I think that's a pretty secure...
If you just get Megas. Yeah. I don't know if Fire can even... They don't have that much building
They had
damage.
no Glyph, there was no Faceless Void there, and... I don't know, I definitely think they could have done it. They have Scythe, they have Hex, they have BKBs. Meh. Guess this is a safer choice.
They do secure Roche 2 lanes of Rex now, and I guess when everyone's buybacks are on cooldown, that taking the Aegis becomes more important.
Yeah, but they have 2 Ravages very soon. By soon, I mean 7 seconds.
Fired. Knowing this Roche was taken, still going to go for it. They get the quick Hex off on TC, and now the Chrono Quap ult there, but not really good enough as Ush goes in with a huge Chronosphere, bringing down one, but the Crave is there, keeps Z-Freak alive. Actually may look to turn this around with the mech. Fog going in one at a time. Brewmaster dead. Didn't get off the split again thanks to the timely Hex. They lose Fluff as well. 4 dead. It's a triple for Swindles, and Fire might have just lost the game right there. Brewmaster, no buyback. Disruptor has it. GG, well played. We're going to a deciding game 3. Not the game I thought we'd see, but
like
certainly a barn burner.
Last 10 minutes.
It was like no action for 15 minutes.
And then at the end, they didn't get any Ravages off, even though they had 2, and they didn't get any Brew Ultimates off. Both teams just clumped like crazy.
Yeah, that was... It was a wet dream for both teams, but it ends up being Complexity just with the extra buybacks coming out on top and some really well-fought engagements from them. Big showing in the end from Biver and Swindle. The Enigma for Z-Freak, possibly the MVP here with some huge black holes in the clutch, and Complexity forced that deciding game 3. Fire, last time they played them, ran away with it, but in a clean 2-0 sweep, but this time around, Complexity hanging tough. I'm LD, he's Merlini. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, it'll be your deciding game 3 winner. Moves on to play the winner of Cloud9 versus E-Hug, the loser. Not eliminated, but has a much tougher road ahead of them. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.